Teams that won only 14 games a couple of seasons ago aren't supposed to rise from the ashes and transform into juggernauts. They aren't supposed to open a season 13-2. RIP off double-digit winning streaks. Or bulldoze opponents with a top-3 defense that treats every possession like a street fight. They aren't supposed to look like the most physically intimidating unit in the league. And yet, against every form of logic, the Detroit Pistons are doing exactly that. This isn't a feel-good stretch or a lucky hot streak. This is a team rewriting its identity in real time, forging itself into something no one expected, something that feels dangerously real. They have been brutal, unrelenting, and disciplined, even as key players have been falling left and right. Cade Cunningham, Ausar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart. Even Jaylen Duren have missed time, and the Pistons have not bent. They've gotten tougher. They've gotten meaner. They've gotten better. What they have built is not an accident. Detroit's identity is now a clear, sharpened blade that cuts through teams with the same consistency every night. They defend you until your offense collapses. They overwhelm you until your will cracks. And they punish you until the game becomes a chore instead of a competition. They funnel ball handlers to the baseline, close the middle of the floor, and unleash wave after wave of long, aggressive, relentless defenders. Ausar Thompson operates at the point of attack like a force of nature, already one of the league's most suffocating defenders. Cunningham and Jenkins take away angles with patience and size. Javonte Green injects chaos into every possession like a spark igniting dry grass. And behind all of it, Duren and Stewart seal off the rim with violent efficiency. It's not just a system, it's a gauntlet. Every team forced to walk through it comes out bruised and frustrated, wondering how a roster this young can defend with this much discipline and fury. Detroit's defensive numbers aren't just impressive, they're oppressive. Second, overall in defensive rating. Second in half-court defense. Second in turnover percentage. Fourth in net rating. These aren't the stats of a fun upstart team trying to shock the league. These are the stats of a contender in the making. The difference now is that their defense doesn't just disrupt opponents, it fuels their own offense. Detroit turns live ball turnovers into transition opportunities faster than almost anyone in the NBA. There. Film is a highlight reel of swarming hands and instant counters. A deflection becomes a fast break. A strip becomes a dunk. A contested pass becomes a three-point shot before the other team can even register what happened. And it comes from everywhere. Duren jumps passing lanes. Thompson snatches the ball like it's floating in slow motion. Green forces steals with pure volatility. And Cade Cunningham turns every broken possession into a precise, controlled attack. But as devastating as they've been in transition, Detroit's most surprising evolution has come in the half-court. A year ago, forcing the Pistons into a slow-paced game meant certain victory. They had no reliable shot creation outside of Cade, and no true structure once teams shut down their early offense. That weakness is gone. Now, Detroit ranks as a top 15 half-court offense, with Cade and Duren forming one of the league's most effective two-man actions. Duren has become more than just a lob threat. He's a play finisher, a short-roll passer, a downhill power driver, and sometimes when the matchup demands it, it's even a calming offensive hub who resets the possession with discipline. Cade Cunningham, meanwhile, has stepped into full superstar territory. He controls fourth quarters like he was born in them, weaving between defenders with deceptive pacing, leveraging his size, and punishing switches with a level of poise that feels far beyond his years. He's scoring, playmaking, demanding attention, commanding double teams, and doing all of it even with his outside shot betraying him. Once that jumper returns, and it will, the entire offense evolves another level. Then there's Duren, whose leap feels almost fictional. 21-year-olds with this combination of strength, touch, motor, and skill aren't supposed to exist yet. They aren't supposed to bully veteran centers, read traps as secondary creators, or convert 70+% of their shots, while still learning the subtleties of NBA pacing. Yet Duren is doing all of it. He's already one of the most efficient interior scorers in basketball. He's a lob threat, a downhill driver, a short-roll decision-maker, and a relentless rebounder. He is redefining Detroit's timeline simply by being this good. This young, and the support around Cade and Duren has been nothing short of shocking. Duncan Robinson has become the exact weapon they needed, spacing the floor with high volume, high-accuracy shooting, while offering surprising defensive contributions. Denise Jenkins has emerged from obscurity into an indispensable role, giving Detroit secondary playmaking, tough defense, and elite catch-hand-shoot efficiency. Ausar Thompson, even as he works through his jumper, impacts winning on every possession with his motor, intelligence, and defensive impact. And deep in the rotation, players like Green and Lanier provide professionalism, toughness, and mistake-free energy in ways that championship teams quietly depend on. The scariest part? Detroit has not played a single game fully healthy. Not one. Tobias Harris is still ramping up. Jaden Ivey has yet to take the court. Isaiah Stewart has missed stretches. And when this team finally gets whole, they get whole. They may rise even beyond what they've shown so far. The Eastern Conference is starting to fracture. Contenders are worn down. Stars have missed time. The hierarchy is shifting. And into that void steps a Pistons team more prepared, more disciplined, and more defensively terrifying than anyone predicted. If Cade Cunningham gets that jumper back, if the offense continues to evolve, and if the roster gets healthy at the right time, Detroit will not just be a playoff team, they will be a problem. Their future isn't theoretical anymore. It's happening in real time, unfolding night after night, win after win, quarter after grinding quarter. The franchise that felt buried 2 years ago now looks like it may have built a foundation that lasts the next decade. Their window isn't opening. It's already open. But as Detroit rises, the rest of the league is evolving too. Another contender is quietly building something dangerous on the West Coast, where LeBron James's return has already shifted the balance of power. And if you want to see why the Lakers might be even scarier than you think, make sure you don't miss the next breakdown waiting for you on this channel. What do you think, are the Pistons for real? Or is this still too early to call? Do Cade and Duren have what it takes to pull Detroit into the heart of the Eastern Conference?